things going for you? I am so grateful for the space that I have been in for a few months now. I'm very grateful. I am being more proactive and more protective over my time, over being a little bit more slower in my approach, slower in making decisions, and really pondering and really thinking and praying through the process. And I am very grateful. I am in such an amazing space and a powerful journey. And I am really enjoying just taking the time to think things through. I'm grateful for being able to really take ownership of what I can do and what I cannot do. I talked many times about no being a complete sentence, and not overburdening or overcrowding or doing too much. And so that is really going well for me. And I hope that you are taking the time to slow down, taking the time and empowering yourself to be in the moment. I really hope that many of my conversations and many of my uploads where I'm sharing about being in a more quieter space, being more proactive and prioritizing self-care, I hope that a lot of what I'm sharing with you, that you are just listening and trying it and see how it works for you. And for those of you that have been really taking it slow and really prioritizing your self-care and not overdoing it, not going so fast and doing so much. Maybe you were already doing that. And in the comments section, please let me know how that's going for you, or share some tips with me and some ideas and some suggestions for me. So another component, and I talked briefly about this in my last Soulsations upload, about just getting good rest, getting good sleep. And I want to tell you that has been huge for me as well. Just getting a good night's sleep. For many years, I've always been a very early bird type of person. I get up early. I like to have my quiet time and my prayer time. And then I could stay up very, very late. So I was not only an early riser, but for many years, I stayed up very late. And over the past few months, I have really just been enjoying, even though I may get in the bed a little bit later than I anticipate, getting a good night's sleep is so important. So I had one of those this morning, just a good sleep. Have you ever just had a good sleep or a good afternoon nap, or just sitting so still and just embracing the quiet space around you that you really are in a good rest? And I don't know if you've tried that, but I would invite and encourage you all to just take some time and just sit still, not on your phones, not incorporating multitasking, but just sitting still, closing your eyes and being present in the moment and just embracing stillness. That is a powerful way to get good rest for the body. It is so important to get good rest. I don't know, lately I've been thinking and praying for those of you who may be suffering from insomnia. I've never experienced that, but God has really placed that in my heart and on my time of prayer. I have that on my prayer list, just praying for those that are really dealing with insomnia, not getting good rest, not being able to go to sleep. And so if that is you, I am praying that you can embrace stillness, tap into what may be causing you not to get a good night rest, staying up. If it's worrying, I ask you to really, take some in-depth thought on what you're worried about or concerned about. So I will be on Sonja's Soulsations these next few weeks, just talking about getting a good night's sleep or getting good rest throughout the day. Inviting many of you to consider taking a nap, a sleep break, a rest break throughout your day. I have several grandchildren, and it is a process for some of my grandchildren. They do not want to take their afternoon naps. They do not. They fight against it. They pout. They do not want to take their afternoon naps. And so it takes a whole village sometimes of our family members to help guide that process. But once the grandchild has settled down and they realize that, that they really need to take a rest, once that happens for them and they get still, and of course the village has to help the process of them getting into that still space. When they go to sleep, it's just moments later, and you can hear and see their bodies fully relaxed and really into a good rest for their body, their mind, and their spirit. So over the next few weeks, I will be doing a series on getting good sleep. And getting a good rest and good sleep is a physical, emotional, spiritual, psychological components. Those are all encompassing of getting good rest. Taking time throughout the day to get a good rest in, a good nap if it's possible, or just sitting still and getting a good breath in and just relaxing. So we'll be talking more about that. So let me know how things are going for you. Are you an early riser? Do you stay up late? The other day I heard a good friend share that she tries to get in bed by 8 o'clock. And so I was very moved by that, and I paid very close attention to that aspect of her conversation. I think that's very powerful. Some people have a set time where they need to rest. And so we're going to explore that in some of my series that I will post on Sonja's Soulsations in these next few weeks. It may take requiring a set time where you can be still, where you can get good rest physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically. It may come to a point where you have to set that time and honor that time and not let any person or any situation or circumstance disrupt that time that you have set aside to get good rest, get a good night's sleep, take an afternoon nap. And sometimes for me, I have found that getting a good rest and rejuvenation, that's huge in getting good rest. Rejuvenation for me sometimes and lately is getting out in my day and walking. So walking is another component, another aspect of getting good rest, resting the body. Although it is a movement, it can still be exhilarating and honoring stillness and rejuvenation and rest. Thank you. I love to hear from you. Have an awesome time in focusing on your self-care and getting good rest.